The 25 most dangerous cities to live in the world consistently feature cities in Mexico, Brazil, the United States, and Latin America, which have witnessed numerous scenes of violence with extremely high crime rates. The cities below are all extremely dangerous, with gangs settling scores, kidnappings, and constant robberies. Join me through the following video to discover the 25 most dangerous cities to live in the world. Make sure those who intend to travel in the Americas reconsider right away. Number 25, Uruipan, Mexico. Uruipan is another city in Mexico experiencing extremely high levels of violent crime that you won't find elsewhere. The city is located in the lush green mountains of Mexico, surrounded by beautiful peaks and forests. However, this breathtaking landscape is overshadowed by the high rates of violent crime in Uruipan. Located in Michoacán, this city is a playground for gangs and sadly has witnessed many clashes, most notably with the new generation Jalisco cartel. These gangs mainly vie for control of drug trafficking routes within the city. This, along with cases of robbery, carjacking, and kidnappings, has led to a murder rate of 73.4 per 100,000 people. Number 24, Zamora, Mexico. As an extremely violent place, the city of Zamora, Mexico has an average murder rate of 196.6 per 100,000 residents. Most of the danger here stems from reported gang violence, where opposing factions conflict with each other, as well as with the police and civilians. In addition to homicides, Zamora frequently experiences incidents of kidnapping, extortion, petty theft, and other crimes. Number 23, Tijuana, Mexico. Tourists from the United States traveling to Southern California often choose to make a border-crossing trip to Tijuana. Tijuana is one of the fastest-growing cities in Mexico. However, it has also become a hotspot for crime in the country. Despite once being a vibrant party destination, the city has become one of the most dangerous places in the world in recent years. Public places and popular tourist spots provide a favorable environment for pickpockets and muggers. With a murder rate of 105 homicides per 100,000 people, along with the activities of drug cartels and alarming rates of human trafficking and kidnappings, Tijuana is no longer a safe place for partying tourists. Number 22, Ciudad Juárez, Mexico. Located on the border between Texas and Mexico, directly across from El Paso, Ciudad Juárez is one of the most populous cities in northern Mexico. It is also the third most dangerous city in the world. The violence and chaos in the city are largely due to the battles between the Sinaloa and Juárez drug cartels. Juárez used to be a favorite spot for El Paso residents due to its many nightclubs, bars, and affordable souvenir shops. However, with the increasing violence, tourism has declined, exacerbating crime issues and accompanying problems of poverty. Tourists are advised to avoid the city due to safety concerns. Many gangs in the area have been arrested for attacking tourists. The city witnesses a murder rate of 103 homicides per 100,000 residents. Number 21, Acapulco, Mexico. Can you guess which country this city is located in? Leave a comment to let us know. If you guessed Mexico, you're correct. Here's another Mexican city on the list of the most dangerous places in the world to live. Acapulco is a major port city on the Pacific coast of Mexico. The beauty of the bay and warm weather has attracted visitors for years. In the 1970s and 1980s, Acapulco was the most attractive resort in Mexico. It boasted luxurious resorts, high-end restaurants, and world-famous cliff divers. However, nowadays, it's only a shadow of its past. For over 15 years, Acapulco has become a very dangerous place. Once a gem on the Pacific coast of Mexico, the city has gradually become a place full of risks, as crime and drug trafficking have increased. Robberies, thefts, and drugs are common issues in the city. The city has recorded 54 homicides per 100,000 people. Most of these deaths result from conflicts between rival drug cartels operating in the city. In addition to homicides, this city is also known as a hub for human trafficking. Resorts are relatively safe, but venturing outside your resort can be a risky decision. Number 20, Caracas, Venezuela. Moving away from Mexico, I'll take you to another equally dangerous city in South America. Try to guess the name of this city and comment below. One of the most dangerous cities in the world is Caracas, Venezuela. Pickpocketing and mugging occur daily in Caracas. Years of political and economic instability have led to an increased level of violence. Slums are areas where many criminal activities take place. Particularly gangs here specialize in corruption and control many areas in the city, leading to conflicts between these groups as the main source of violent crime. According to data in 2022, there were 1,414 homicides in Caracas, with a rate of 52.8 per 100,000 people. Number 19, Detroit, USA. Known as the Motor City and the capital of the national automotive industry, Detroit, USA is now also known for its scenes of violence and gun violence. The city once had a thriving music scene. However, as auto manufacturing moved to other countries and factories closed, poverty and violence shifted to Detroit. Most violent crime in Detroit occurs in certain low-income neighborhoods where gangs and poverty control the streets. In addition to homicides, Detroit also has a high rate of robberies and thefts. While the murder rate has decreased, if you plan to visit Detroit, always be cautious, avoid risky situations, and stay away from trouble. Number 18, Cali, Colombia. Cali is one of the liveliest cities in Colombia, situated on the banks of the Cali River, not far from the Western Mountains. You have many opportunities to wander through hills, enjoy beautiful landscapes, and witness the famous salsa dances. However, the city has a murder rate of 37 homicides per 100,000 people. Colombia also faces political turmoil, and the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC, continue to exert pressure, causing tension in some areas of Cali. Like Mexico, Colombia and cities like Cali are grappling with drug traffickers and drug cartels. Cali is also a place with a high incidence of kidnapping and human trafficking. Recent security measures have helped reduce the number of homicides and violence in the city. However, you should be cautious when accepting a taxi ride or walking around at night. If you visited this city, share your experiences in the comments. Number 17, St. Louis, USA. Located near the heart of the United States at the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers, St. Louis is considered a place with diverse culture and possesses a rich heritage. St. Louis is a renowned tourist destination and a prosperous industrial and commercial city, attracting visitors from both domestic and international locations. Not only is it famous for its picturesque landscapes, but the city also offers numerous green parks and historical museums showcasing unique architectural structures. However, the rising crime rate has made it the most dangerous city in the United States. Currently, the city has a murder rate of 88 homicides per 100,000 people. St. Louis also has the highest drug use rate in the United States. It's essential to note that not the entire city is dangerous. Most violent crime in St. Louis occurs in a small area north of the city. Number 16, Cape Town, South Africa. Moving to a new continent, Africa, do you know which city in South Africa is considered dangerous? Comment below and let us know. Nestled beneath a majestic Table Mountain with many luxurious hotels and excellent restaurants, Cape Town, South Africa, is a famous tourist destination. However, Cape Town is also known for its instability. The city has been the epicenter of racial violence that divided the country for many years. While violence related to riots and civil rights has diminished, the city is currently witnessing an increase in gang-related violent crimes. There are over 100 different gangs operating in the city, and according to some estimates, over 100,000 residents are gang members. Due to gang conflicts in Cape Town, the city has experienced 64 homicides per 100,000 people. Like St. Louis and other cities, violence is prevalent in specific areas. Some areas of Cape Town are relatively safe for tourists and potential residents. If you visit, it's best not to go alone or at night, especially when heading to some sprawling suburban areas with rampant gang activity. These areas are where gangs with frequent violent incidents originate. Keep this in mind. Number 15, Baltimore, USA. Baltimore, USA is also on the list of the most dangerous cities in the world. Located in Maryland on the East Coast near Washington, D.C., Baltimore has long-term tensions between the police and poorer residents. While Baltimore has safe areas, some nearby areas have particularly high crime rates, and you should avoid them. This half-million city has a murder rate of 56.5 homicides per 100,000 people. West Warren Avenue and the McKinley Street area are mentioned as particularly dangerous places to avoid when visiting. Number 14, Los Cabos, Mexico. The city of Los Cabos in Mexico is an ideal vacation destination. However, Recent years have seen an increase in homicides, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world. The number of homicides is on the rise, primarily due to drug cartel violence. The rate is 111.33 homicides per 100,000 people. This situation is believed to be the result of criminal organizations competing to fill the void left by the notorious drug lord El Chapo. Another city in Mexico, huh? Seems like this country is quite dangerous, doesn't it? If you've traveled to Mexico or live there, feel free to comment and share your experiences. Number 13. Feira de Santana, Brazil. Still in the Americas, but now in Brazil, this city is among the most dangerous places to live. Feira de Santana is home to 619,966 residents. Currently, 67.5 per 100,000 residents in Feira de Santana are victims of homicide. Homicide is not the only issue in Feira de Santana. The city also has a very high rate of fraud, assault, robbery, and theft. Number 12. Fortaleza, Brazil. Still in Brazil, Fortaleza is a beautiful coastal resort town. Like many cities in Brazil, Fortaleza exhibits a stark wealth disparity. With just under 4 million people, the city faces high rates of poverty, police corruption, and numerous gang activities. Gang-related activities are the primary cause of 62 homicides per 100,000 residents in this city. Tourists visiting Fortaleza can safely enjoy the city from tourist areas along the beaches. However, most violent crimes in the city occur in its slums, with the northern part of Fortaleza being considered the most dangerous. If you come to Brazil, avoid the slums, as violence and theft are extremely dangerous here. Number 11. Vitória da Conquista, Brazil. Located in the southwest of Bahia, Vitória da Conquista is known for its cultural diversity. The city is home to immigrants from around the world, local indigenous groups, various religions, and cultural communities. However, this cultural diversity does not make the city a safe place to visit. In fact, the city is consistently dangerous, with a rate of 52.5 homicides per 100,000 people. Most of the violent crimes in Vitória da Conquista stem from conflicts between the police and numerous organized crime groups operating within the city. Number 10. Memphis, USA. If you are looking for great music and even better barbecue, Memphis, Tennessee, is an attractive destination. Visitors from around the world come to experience the cultural gifts and diverse cuisine that Memphis has to offer. However, not all of Memphis welcomes tourists or even its own residents. The city has an ongoing issue with violence. Most violent crimes in Memphis occur in communities with low incomes, where gangs are prevalent, and law enforcement agencies have limited power. Currently, the city, with its approximately 650,000 inhabitants, has a murder rate of 51 per 100,000 people. Number 9. Irapuato, Mexico. Located in the state of Guanajuato, Irapuato is a medium-sized city and a hub for Mexico's automotive industry. With around 470,000 residents, this industrial city has witnessed 95 homicides per 100,000 people. The majority of violence stems from conflicts between 3 drug cartels operating in the region. One alarming trend in Irapuato is the occurrence of random mass shootings. Additionally, there have been numerous reports of armed groups of men firing indiscriminately at individuals in bars, restaurants, and other public places. Upon hearing this, I wonder if anyone is still planning to travel to Mexico. If you're feeling scared, please comment so I can see, as there are still extremely chaotic cities in Mexico. Number 8. Ensenada, Mexico. Being the third largest city in Baja California and a famous beach destination, it's surprising that this coastal city made it onto the list of the world's most dangerous places. However, similar to most other Mexican cities on this list, Ensenada is immersed in violence. The city has experienced 90.5 homicides per 100,000 people. Alongside murder, the city also witnesses high rates of theft, carjacking, and kidnappings. Most of the crime in the city is attributed to rival drug cartels operating in the area. Number 7. Guatemala City, Guatemala. If you visit this city, you will witness a breathtaking landscape nestled in a valley surrounded by mountains on one side and a culturally rich heritage that has attracted thousands of tourists to Guatemala every year. However, this city is also an uncontrollable hotspot for organized crime, theft, armed robberies, and various other illegal activities. Most tourists may encounter countless troubles, especially noting the frequent carjackings on the main road, Carretera Salvador, running from Guatemala City to the El Salvador border. When traveling here, you may find the cheapest accommodation in Zone 8 of the city, but be cautious and attentive to your surroundings, as this is a location that criminals often target. When you are captivated by the novelty and beautiful scenery, always remain aware of the dangers that lurk. Number 6. Karachi, Pakistan. As the largest city in Pakistan and the second largest in the world, Karachi has been a center of terrorism due to Middle Eastern gangs. In recent years, the residents have witnessed numerous tourists and innocent people being dragged into internal attacks and violence. However, this city has many other interesting aspects, especially for party enthusiasts. Karachi is also known as the City of Lights, or the City That Never Sleeps, to describe its vibrant and lively nightlife. If you want to visit here, be sure to take precautions before traveling. For those who have been to Pakistan and have thoughts about this country or the city of Karachi, please share your opinions. Number 5. Belém, Brazil. Founded in 1916, Belém is a city along the Amazon River in Brazil. It's hard to believe that a destination with such famous historical landmarks is the most violent city in the world. Tourists visiting here often encounter situations of theft and assault. The distribution of cocaine and drugs has increased the rate of violence. Most individuals involved in homicides in the city use these stimulants. The murder rate in the city is 72 people killed per 100,000 inhabitants. Number 4. Natal, Brazil. Another city in Brazil, Natal is located on the Atlantic coast of Brazil. Famous attractions here include beaches, historical landmarks, and shopping centers. Poverty and violence among gangs and prisoners are the main causes of high crime rates. Crowded beaches are where tourists are often robbed. Currently, Natal is the city with the highest crime rates, including sexual assaults, thefts, carjackings, etc. Although the city remains a popular tourist destination, the murder rate is 75 per 100,000 people in this city. I wonder if anyone has counted how many cities in Brazil made it to the top list of the most dangerous in the world. Try counting and comment as we move on to another city in this country. Number 3. Maceió, Brazil. This northeastern city in Brazil is the capital of the country's largest state. The city is affected by poverty, organized crime, and corrupt practices. With just over 1 million residents, the murder rate is 39 per 100,000 people. Since 2011, when crime rates were at their worst in Maceió, the city has seen a significant reduction in violent crime. However, it remains one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Number 2. Ciudad Victoria, Mexico. Yes, once again, another city from Mexico is mentioned in this list. Ciudad Victoria is located in the northeast of Mexico. Travelers are advised to avoid the city due to safety concerns. Many gangs here have been apprehended for attacking tourists. The murder rate is 83.32 homicides per 100,000 people. These murders result from shootouts between criminal groups and the police and military in the city. It also occurs due to gun battles between rival drug cartels and violence within prisons. It's truly dangerous and frightening, isn't it? Number 1. Celaya, Mexico. Celaya is a city that experiences a high level of violence, leading to a murder rate of 100.2 homicides per 100,000 people, extremely high. Most of the increase in crime may be due to gang violence that has become widespread. Gangs like the Santa Rosa de Lima cartel and the Jalisco New Generation cartel struggle for control over the city's illegal activities. It's truly terrifying, and violence has claimed the lives of many innocent people. We have explored the 25 most dangerous cities in the world to live in. Honestly, after this video, I find Mexico scarier, especially with 10 cities on this list. How about you? Which city do you find the most dangerous and frightening? Please comment and let us know. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos. See you in the next one.